She said, "My kids come first. You're just here to pay the bills." I said, "Understood." Then I stopped paying for their private school, her car note, and the maid service. 48 hours later, she was screaming that I was financially abusing her by only paying my half of the rent. I, 35 male, moved in with my girlfriend, 33, about 18 months ago. She's got 2 kids, a daughter 11 and a son 9 from her previous marriage. Ex-husband pays child support, but it's minimal. Like laughably minimal. Around $400 a month for both kids. When we started dating 2 years ago, I knew she had kids. Wasn't a deal breaker. I actually liked them. The daughter's into soccer, the son's obsessed with those trading card games. Normal kids. Things moved fast, maybe too fast, looking back. 6 months in, she's talking about how cramped her apartment is, how the kids need more space, better schools. I'd just gotten a promotion. Senior account manager at a marketing firm, decent pay bump. Made the stupid mistake of mentioning I was looking at bigger places. "We should get a place together," she said. "Split everything 50-50. The kids would have their own rooms finally." Except it wasn't 50-50. Not really. The apartment we got, $2,400 a month. I paid $1,200, she paid $1,200. Fair enough. But then came everything else. The private school near our new place has an amazing STEM program for my son. He's so smart, he'd thrive there. And my daughter could join their competitive soccer team. Tuition was $1,400 a month per kid. Her child support barely covered one kid's tuition. I started covering the gap, another $1,100 a month from my pocket. My car's on its last legs, I need something reliable for the kids. Co-signed for a used SUV. $485 a month car note. She made the first 3 payments, then started forgetting. Guess who picked up the slack? I'm so exhausted between work and the kids. Could we maybe get a cleaning service? Just twice a month? $240 per month for the maid service. Then groceries. Her kids are growing. They eat like garbage disposals. Our food bill was easily $800 per month, and I'd say I was paying about 60% of it because I made more. So let's do the math. Rent, $1,200. School tuition gap, car note, $485. Maid service, $240. My share, $480. Utilities, my half, $150. I was shelling out roughly $3,655 a month. Meanwhile, she was paying her $1,200 rent portion and maybe $320 for groceries. Her total, around $1,520 per month. I was paying more than double what she was for our household. But hey, I loved her. The kids were good kids. I figured this is what you do when you care about someone, right? Help them out. Then came last Tuesday. I'd had a brutal day at work. Lost a major client because they went with a cheaper agency. My boss was pissed, talking about restructuring, possible pay cuts across the department. I came home stressed, needing to vent. She was on the couch, scrolling through her phone. The kids were at their dad's for the week. "Rough day," I said, dropping my bag. "We lost the Thompson account." Eyes still on her phone. "Boss is talking about pay cuts. Might need to tighten our budget for a bit." That got her attention. She looked up. "What do you mean? Tighten the budget?" "I mean we might need to cut back on some expenses. Maybe the kids switch to public school next year or we find it cheaper." "Absolutely not." She sat up straight. "My kids aren't going to some underfunded public school. They need quality education." "I get that, but if my income drops, we'll need to." "Figure it out," she said flatly. "My kids come first. They're not suffering because your company can't keep clients." I blinked. "Excuse me?" "You heard me." She stood up, crossing her arms. "I've sacrificed enough for my children. Their father's useless. This apartment, their school, their activities, that's what matters, not your work drama. I'm the one paying for most of that stuff," I said slowly. "And that's what partners do. That's what men are supposed to do, provide. My kids come first. You're just here to pay the bills and make our lives easier. That's your role." The room went silent. I could hear the fridge humming in the kitchen. "That's what you think I am? A wallet?" She sighed, annoyed. "Don't be dramatic. I'm just saying priorities. Kids first. Everything else second. If you can't handle that, then maybe you're not ready for a family." I stared at her. Really looked at her. The entitlement in her eyes was stunning. "Understood," I said quietly. "Good." She smiled, relieved. "I'm glad we're on the same page. Now, I'm thinking about enrolling my daughter in that summer art program. It's only $600 for the session. I nodded slowly. Yeah, let me think about it. That night, I didn't sleep much, just kept hearing her words. You're just here to pay the bills. By 6 a.m. I'd made a list, a very specific list. Update 1. The budget adjustment. Thursday morning, I called the private school's billing office. Hi, this is regarding the tuition for... I gave them the kids' names. I need to remove my payment authorization effective immediately. Oh, are you switching payment methods? The woman asked. No, I'm no longer covering the tuition. The mother will need to arrange payment herself going forward. I see. Just to confirm, there's a balance due next week for... I'm aware. That's her responsibility now. Please update your records. Next call, the car dealership's finance department. I wasn't on the title, just a cosigner. Couldn't take the car, but I could stop making payments. I need to remove my bank account from autopay on the loan for... I provided the details. You're listed as a cosigner. If payments lapse, it affects both credit scores. I understand. Remove my payment method. The primary borrower will need to handle it. Third call, the maid service. Cancel our twice-monthly service, effective immediately. Last item, I texted her from work. FYI, I've adjusted some budget items. We'll discuss when I get home. Her reply came fast. Okay? What does that mean? I didn't respond. Got home around 6 p.m. She was in the kitchen, reheating leftovers. What did your text mean? She asked immediately. I've removed my payment authorizations from the kids' school tuition, your car note, and canceled the maid service. She froze, the microwave humming behind her. You what? You made it clear my role is just to pay bills, so I'm paying exactly my share now. Rent is split 50-50. Zach, I'll keep paying my half. Utilities, groceries, we'll split those 50-50 too. Everything else is your responsibility. Her face went red. Are you insane? The kids' tuition is due next week. Then you should pay it. Your kids, your responsibility. I can't afford $2,800 in tuition. You know that. Should have thought about that before telling me I'm just a wallet. I didn't mean it like that, she shouted. Yeah, how did you mean it then? She sputtered. I meant, the kids need to come first in this relationship. That's what being a family means. We're not a family, I said calmly. We're roommates who sleep together. You made that clear. I'm just here to pay bills. So I'm paying my bills, not yours, not the kids, mine. This is financial abuse, she screamed. You're punishing my children because you're upset with me. Nah, I'm just not paying for kids that aren't mine. Kids whose mother just told me I'm only good for my bank account. They need that school. My daughter's soccer program. Then their mother should pay for it, or their actual father. He barely pays anything. I shrugged. Not my problem, not my kids. She lost it, started throwing every accusation possible. I was selfish, petty, cruel. How could I do this to innocent children? What kind of man abandons kids like this? I'm not abandoning anyone. I'm just not being a free ATM anymore. You want me to contribute to their lives? Then maybe don't treat me like a walking paycheck. I went to our bedroom, well, my bedroom as of that moment, and locked the door. She pounded on it for an hour. Screaming, crying, begging, then back to screaming. Her text started around 11 p.m. You're destroying my children's lives. I can't believe you're this heartless. We need to talk about this like adults. Please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I said. I didn't respond to any of them. Friday morning, I woke up to 23 missed calls, all from her. I got ready for work quietly. She was passed out on the couch, her phone still in her hand. At work, I got a text from her sister. WTF did you do? She's hysterical, said you cut off the kids' school. Then her best friend, really mature, punishing children for adult problems. I didn't explain myself to any of them. Wasn't my job to manage her narrative. Around noon she called. I let it ring. She called again and again. Finally, I answered. What? We need to talk. Can you come home at lunch? I'm busy. What do you need? The school called. They need payment by Monday or the kids get withdrawn. Then pay them. I don't have $2,800. You know I don't have that kind of money just sitting around. Take it from savings, I suggested. What savings? I don't have savings. Everything goes to bills and the kids. Sounds like a budgeting problem. Stop being an asshole, she yelled. Just pay it. We can talk about everything else later, but pay the school. No, silence. Then, no, figure it out yourself. You've got all weekend. I hate you, she whispered. Noted. I hung up. Update 2. The reality check. The weekend was a war zone. Saturday morning, I woke to her mother in my living room. Yes, her mother. She'd given her mom a tea without asking me. You need to fix this, her mother said before I'd even had coffee. My daughter's a wreck. Good morning to you too. Don't be smart. What you're doing is disgusting. Those children need stability. Then their mother should provide it. She can't afford everything on her own. She needs help. She has help, child support from their father. That's barely anything. I poured coffee slowly. And whose fault is that? Did I divorce her? Did I have kids with a deadbeat? Her face went purple. You're living with her. You're in a relationship. That comes with responsibilities. Sure does. I'm responsible for my half of the rent and shared bills. Done. You were paying for the school before. I was. And then she told me I'm just there to pay bills, so I'm paying exactly what's fair. Nothing more. She didn't mean it. She was stressed. Not my problem. We went back and forth for another 20 minutes before I told her to leave or I'd call the cops for trespassing. She left, but not before calling me every name in the book. Sunday was worse. My girlfriend tried a different approach. Sweet, apologetic, made my favorite breakfast. Well, tried to. She burned the bacon. Can we talk? She asked softly. Really talk? I sat down with my coffee. Go ahead. I'm sorry for what I said. It came out wrong. I was stressed about money and I took it out on you. Okay, she blinked. Okay, that's it? What do you want me to say? That you forgive me? That you'll help with the school? I don't forgive you, and no. Her face crumpled. Please, the kids are going to be devastated if they have to leave their school. Then pay the tuition. I can't. Borrow it. From who? I shrugged. Your mom seemed pretty invested this morning. Ask her. She doesn't have that kind of money either. Then I guess the kids are going to public school. She started crying. Why are you being so cruel? I'm not being cruel. I'm being fair. You told me my only value is paying your bills, so I stopped. Want me to contribute more? Then treat me like a partner, not an ATM. I do treat you like a partner. I actually laughed. Really? When's the last time you asked about my day? My work stress? Anything about me that isn't related to money? Silence. Exactly, I said. This relationship is transactional. You want resources? I'm supposed to provide them. Well, the transaction's over. So what, we're breaking up? That's up to you. You can stay here, pay your half of everything, and we can see if there's anything real between us. Or you can move out. Your choice. I can't afford to move out. Again, not my problem. She went nuclear. Started screaming about how I let her on, made her think we had a future, got her kids attached to me just to rip it all away. I didn't rip anything away. You had a partner. Then you told that partner he's just a wallet, so now you have a roommate. The school called her Monday morning. I heard the whole conversation from the bedroom. No, I don't have the payment yet. I'm working on it. Can I have an extension? Tuesday, I can try. What happens if I can't pay by Tuesday? They'll be withdrawn, but the semester just started. When she hung up, she came to find me. I was getting ready for work. The school gave me until Tuesday, one more day. Good luck. That's it? Good luck? What do you want me to say? Help me. Please. I'll do anything. Anything. Yes, I paused. Tell me what I am to you specifically. She hesitated. You're my boyfriend. And you live here. And you help with bills. See, that's the problem. When you think of me, you think of bills, not partner, not teammate, just bills. That's not fair, isn't it? Quick, what's my favorite movie? She stared blankly. What's my middle name? Nothing. When's my birthday? It's in April? June. We've been together 2 years. She started crying again, but I was done. Figure out the tuition yourself, and start looking at public schools for next semester. This arrangement is over. I left for work. That evening I came home to find her stuff in boxes. Not all of it, but some. I called my mom, she said, not looking at me. She said I can move back in with her temporarily, just until I figure things out. Probably for the best. The school's withdrawing the kids tomorrow. I couldn't come up with the money. I nodded, didn't gloat, didn't feel victorious. Honestly, I felt tired. For what it's worth, she said quietly. I'm sorry, you're right, I took you for granted. Yeah, you did. Is there any way? No. She nodded slowly. When do you want me out? End of the month. You've got 3 weeks. That's fair. She left that night to stay at her mom's, said she'd come back during the week to pack more. I sat in the quiet apartment and just felt empty. Not happy, not sad, just done. Update 3, the aftermath. It's been 6 weeks. Figured I'd update since people have been messaging. She moved out fully by the end of the first month, like we agreed. Her mom and sister came to help. There was this awkward moment where her mom tried one more time to guilt me. You know, she had to put the kids in public school. They're miserable. That's unfortunate. The daughter had to quit her soccer team. The son had to leave his friends. Kids are resilient. They'll adjust. All because you couldn't be a man and provide for a family. I just looked at her. I'm not their family. I'm not their father. I was a boyfriend who was being financially used. And when I stopped being useful, your daughter showed her true colors. Her sister jumped in. She made one mistake, one comment. Nah, I said. That comment showed me what she really thought all along. I was just too stupid to see it earlier. They left after that, took the last boxes, and haven't heard from them since. The car situation got messy. She missed 2 payments. The finance company started blowing up my phone since I'm the co-signer. Told them I'm no longer in a relationship with the primary borrower and they need to handle it with her. They warned about credit damage. I said I understood, and they should proceed with whatever they need to do legally. Last I heard, they repossessed the SUV. Her credit's trashed. Mine took a hit, but not catastrophic. I've got good credit otherwise, and I documented everything showing I tried to remove myself from the obligation. My bank was weirdly understanding when I explained the situation. Still sucks, but it was worth it to be done with that situation. She tried reaching out 3 weeks ago. Different number, probably borrowed someone's phone. Hey, I know we didn't end well. I've been thinking a lot. You were right about everything. I did take you for granted. I saw you as a solution to my problems instead of a person. That was wrong. I'm in therapy now, working on myself. I'm not asking to get back together. I just wanted you to know I understand now what I did. I'm sorry. I read it twice, thought about responding, then deleted it. Some people think I was too harsh, that I should have had a conversation, worked through it, gone to couples counseling. Maybe they're right, but here's the thing. The second she said, "You're just here to pay the bills," something broke. Not in a dramatic way, more like a cable snapping. Once you see how someone really views you, you can't unsee it. I'm not innocent here. I let it happen. I saw the pattern developing and said yes every time. The school, the car, the maid service. I could have said no from the start, set boundaries, but I wanted to be the good guy. The provider. Turns out being the good guy just made me a mark. Work stabilized. Didn't get a pay cut after all. Actually landed 2 new clients last month. Boss gave me a small bonus. I'm saving it. Probably gonna use it for a trip somewhere. Haven't decided where yet. The apartment feels different, quieter. I got rid of the couch. Too many memories of her sitting there on her phone while I worked. Got a new one. Rearranged the whole living room actually. Made it mine. Started doing this thing where I meal prep on Sundays. Realized I was spending way too much on groceries because I was buying for 4 people. Now it's just me. My food budget dropped to like $200 per month. Kinda wild seeing how much I was actually spending. Someone asked if I missed the kids. Honestly? Yeah, sometimes. The son used to show me his card collection, explain all the stats and strategies. The daughter would practice her soccer moves in the hallway. They were good kids. None of this was their fault. But that's the thing about dating someone with kids from another relationship. You're always expendable. You can be Uncle ATM for years, but the second you stop being useful, you're gone. The kids will barely remember me in 5 years. That's just reality. My therapist, yeah, I got one, says I have trust issues now. No kidding. Last date I went on, woman mentioned she had 2 kids from a previous marriage. I paid for my coffee and left. Couldn't do it. Not ready. Maybe not ever. But I'm okay with that. Rather be single and stable than coupled up and used. The legal side's done. Got everything in writing about the lease. She's officially off it. Changed the locks after she moved out fully. Yes, legally. Gave proper notice and everything. Closed the joint checking account we'd opened for household expenses. Split what was left 50-50, which was like $87. She didn't argue about any of it. To answer the repeated question, no, I don't regret it. People keep saying I should have communicated better, given her another chance, been more understanding. But why? She showed me exactly who she was. Believed her the first time. And to the people saying I abandoned kids who needed stability, those aren't my kids. Their father's alive, he should step up. Their mother should budget better. I'm not a villain for refusing to bankroll someone else's life choices while being treated like a paycheck. Final thing, changed my dating profiles. Added a line, not looking to play stepdad or financial support. If you have kids, their father should be handling that, not looking for a replacement. Lost a bunch of matches, don't care. Rather be alone than be useful. That's it. That's the whole story. She's doing her thing, I'm doing mine. The kids are in public school, they'll survive. She's living with her mom, she'll figure it out eventually. And me, I'm just a guy who learned an expensive lesson about being someone's backup plan. Not exactly a fairy tale ending, but it's honest. And honestly, that's good enough for me. More great content is coming. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out.